Hello, everybody. I try to stand somewhere where I can see you. So, as you heard, I'm Réka Lemhényi. I'm an editor, a Hungarian editor. And I'm, just to know, I made around 40 films in different genres. Usually I trespass between feature film and documentaries. I always try to figure out and to make it understandable for myself what is the editor's job. And I try to define it in many ways. So in many labs, I always heard about it. They ask me that what it's unique, or do I have a unique style, or do I have a unique approach to the material, what I'm doing. And in the past, I always tell them that I don't have a style, that the material have a style. But during these 20 years of practicing, I needed to change my opinion about that. And I realized that editors have a style, and they have a unique touch of the material. So we are really change. We are the game changer in the material. So I needed to realize that we are a kind of co-authors of the directors, and especially in the documentary films, but in the feature film as well. It's always depend on the project you work, and it's depending very much of the director with whom you are working, and with how you can collaborate with the director. You always need to find a way, and to have the space and the trust. How you can deal with the material, how you can collaborate, and what kind of workflow you can build up during a project. I had the luck to work with fantastic projects and fantastic directors. And the ultimate big project what I did, which we release it in the world, it's a feature film with the title Hand. It was made by a very, in my eyes, a genius director named George Pálfi György, and we made together 7 films already. We were in the same class in the university, and since then we made almost all of the films together. The first one I didn't make the first one, but after that I made all the films from Taxidermia till The Hand. I brought something for you. I will project a few 10 minutes from the film, from the beginning, because I want to speak about this film a bit. This is a kind of experiment. All of our projects were experimental projects, which I mean that they are hybrid projects, and we are experimenting with the grammar of the film language. So we always trying to do something which it's beyond the limits. This hen, what we made now, the protagonist, it's a hen, it's a chicken, and all the film, the main protagonists, they are animals, and we tried to make a story with animals which are real animals, so we didn't use AI or computer animation or nothing, and we tried to work with them, and it seems that we succeed to tell this a kind of Greek tragedy with chicken and roosters and so on. I will show you it's a hybrid film, so it's beginning like a documentary, and after, when our protagonist it's born, then we switch, and we switch the genre of the film, and we will work with the chicken like if it would be Sophia Loren. So we anthropomorphize the chicken character, and we will make a real heroine from it. So only to get in mood. Now I will suggest to look at the first 10 minutes from the film, and then we can speak about it. And I want to ask you that if you have any questions which is in your mind, or you can pop in and you can make the questions. So it would be nice if we will have a kind of dialogue about it, and then we can really talk from those questions which it's really interesting for you. Okay? Okay. So we cannot make dark, so it's okay like that. Show you this part of the film. Oh, sorry. Because I want to speak a bit, how you deal with the material, how you deal with the material which is so experimental, how you can how you can work with such an extreme protagonist like a chicken. How you can make feelings, how you say the story when you don't have nothing, just chickens and roosters. So this is a kind of an allegory. This story, it's an allegory, which in the end, pretty soon, you can decode, the whole story of the film. We are beginning with a chicken coop, but and we will continue to follow the adventure of a chicken, and this chicken will have all kinds of adventures as same as every human being. He will fall in love. He wants to. she wants to be a mother, she will have all kind of problems in life, but like an audience, like a spectator, you will see nothing else, just a chicken, how she will deal in life with problems. And this experiment was for all of the crew. It was a very interesting experiment because we didn't know if we can succeed to really tell the story, because we didn't know how the chicken will really behave. Because with the chicken you cannot make footages like go from A to B and do that and there. So you cannot instruct a chicken, you cannot, the chicken will do whatever she wants. So how you will deal in the editing room with the footage, where you can see that you have a lot of footages, tons of footages, where you can see chickens run up and down from it doesn't matter in which direction, because they will do whatever they want. To the forgatás? The shooting was in Greece, and before the shooting we had a fantastic animal trainer whose name is Halász Árpád, and he trained 6 chickens. So I have a protagonist. So we build up a protagonist with 6 black chickens. So you like a viewer, if I made a good job, then you will not realize that there are 6 chickens, because the chickens are very smart, but they have very short memories, and they are really very fast tiring animals. So they need to rest a lot. So for that we needed 6 similar black chickens, because if one was tired, then we needed to take the other one to try to make them to do what they need to do. All the chickens they have special talents. One knew how to run fast. The other knew how to pick things. So every little protagonist have different talents. So when you wanted to edit them, or you wanted, in the scene to shoot a scene, then you picked that chicken which you hoped that she or the hand will work in the way it needed. But in the editing room, you just saw, a big hail of footages, and you needed to pick, the little parts to build up the story plot, because the story plot was written. It was written by Zsófia Ruttkai, and the story plot was the only thing which was our base. So how we shoot it and how we edited, everything else was just we had just some ideas, but we didn't know how it will work. So they start to shoot in Greece, and in the first week I followed them, because during they were shooting, I needed to edit to see if it's really working. And we have, this connection with the director and with the crew, because I needed to feedback that it's really working, or we need to find some other special thoughts about how to do this film. And till the end, with a lot of craft, with a little, with all those little pieces, what I could um, use for making, because what you could see, when the chicken started her journey, it started to be a continuity. You started to follow, for the viewer to have the impression that the chicken is a real protagonist. For that, you needed to make a flow, okay? A flow which is continuously, the spectator can follow without any problem. Because if it would be fragmented, the chicken's way, okay, what you see, that she jumped, you could see that it was edited from very small parts, yes, or very small takes, because it was constructed. All this movement, it was constructed from little takes and different chickens, but the main thing was to try to make a continuous movement, and for the move to can be followed. And the other thing what we realized, that you cannot you can build up a plot like that, but you need to build up the emotion background of the protagonist. If I have a chicken like a protagonist, I will need to build up an emotional arc for the chicken. But how do the chickens have emotions? Do they smile, or do they do gestures, or what? How you can build up an emotional arc if with a chicken? So that was a very, very hard experiment to do, and I realized that we need a lot of close-ups. Yes, you need to somehow to use close-ups from the chicken, and because you needed to have the accommodation with her figures. So after in how the film story is evaluating, I will use more and more close-ups. This is only in the first half an hour. The viewer will learn the gesture of the chicken, and then it can, if you already know how a chicken is, I don't know how she's behaving gesturally, then after a while the viewer can really have feelings. So you can really see her, how she's changing the moods, and when it's a situation where she is in danger, or she's falling in love or something, after a while you really starting to see all the emotions in a chicken. So this is all constructed, because we don't know if the chicken, how a chicken is feeling. We still don't know. I watched this chicken for 10 months. We are edited 10 months in a row, and I still don't know if the chicken have emotions or not. But we made the film and we build up the character, and this character, it's really working in the end, and it's really working like a real prima donna. The other interesting thing is that I told you that the 6 chicken was they were trained for 3 months by Árpád Halász here in Budapest. So they took all the 6 chickens, trained chicken in Greece, and there they find another 2 chickens. So in the end of the day, they were 8 chickens, because we used 2 stunt chickens for the dangerous scenes, because those 6 who were trained, they were so precious, and we laid the whole story in those chickens. So we were very, very aware to how to try to protect them, and to be, the chickens' well-being to be okay. And we used 2 stunt chickens who weren't trained at all, and all the dangerous parts, was made by those 2. But the interesting thing, what I want to say, that the 6th chicken, they started to behave totally else way than the stunt chickens. So the chickens who were trained 3 months by the humans, they really behave like prima donnas. So they didn't. The first thing was that they didn't afraid anymore of the people, versus those chickens, the stunt chickens, who weren't trained, they were always afraid. So that for me, that was a very good coincidence, because when I wanted to build up, if in the plot I needed a chicken which it needed to show fear or anxiety or something, a feeling like that, I'd always used that chicken who was always afraid and was more neurotic, because he was a wild chicken. And in the pieces or in the scenes where when she was in love for the first, when she's seeing the rooster for the first sight, then you could build up from a chicken face a real feeling of falling in love with the rooster. So it was so all those things. We didn't know it when we start, and we needed to experiment it while we were doing that. It was really a luck that we had a production where we could do it, because it was really a kind of risk if we succeed or not. But in the end, we did a very unique experiment with the animal, with real animal actors. The other thing was that what I said, that the universality of the story, it was in the story. Yes, it was in the script. So this is how somehow a very simple story. I will not tell you the story. There are a lot of adventures until the end. Our heroine, who is a chicken, this chicken who doesn't care about anything, just food, some kind of freedom of move, freedom of feeling love, and she wants to be a mother, so she wants to make chicks, little chicks. So that's her aim in life, the reproduction. She wants to reproduct. So that's in the simple way, this is the plot of the film. But how she succeeds that? She's going through a lot of adventures, and she's trying to find the right man for being a mother. So it's a very allegoric film, but made it very in a very classic way somehow. So if you see that we are, what I showed you in this first 12 minutes, it's pure visual storytelling. The whole film, it's pretty much a mute film. There are very few lines. It's very few, because the humans somehow, it's the whole view of the film, the storytelling in the film, it's from the view of a chicken. So you will not know anything, just what a chicken can perceive from the world around her. So that was another kind of experiment, how you try to show and tell the story from her perspective, from a chicken perspective. So I tried always to put myself in a chicken place, because I want, because to build up a character like that, I needed somehow to put myself in the main character place. So in the first period of the editing, I didn't do anything, just try to observe, try to learn the gesture of the chicken, the micro moves of her POV or her close-ups. And then I realized that the biological truth of the behaving of the chicken, it's totally versus the perception of the humans. So, but the example is that if I want to use in a scene a take where the chicken should look at me. In this case, you know, you like an audience, your human perception is that you need to have a frontal face with the eyes looking at you. But the biological truth is that the bird eye, it's not working like that. The chicken or the bird, it's looking at you if she's in profile, and she's looking with one eye on you. But if I would edit it in this way, the film, then I could not involve the audience in this story, because in our perception, if somebody is in profile, then it's not looking at you. So this was a big argument between us with the director, how if we use it in a biological way, the chicken close-ups, or we will use it in a human perception. But because we realized that we are not doing films for chickens, that our audience will be humans, then we decide that it should be in the not good way, but for the human perception, that is the way it should be. So, but this is a feature film, so it's not a documentary, so we could make this decision and this trick to be only for the involvement, for the audience to be involved more. So, how I told you that it was 10 months. So those kind of examples, what I did mention before, we had hundreds of I would say learning about chickens, about perception, about how to deal with the and how to construct a story like that. And the thing is that in every project, I think that every project it's a unique universe which have his own rules. What you need to find it, or you need to construct it. Even if it doesn't matter if it's feature or documentary. So it has its own rules, what you need to follow, and you need to be very consequent in those decisions. If you are going in a path, and many times you are going in a path where you weren't before, and you try to find the truth of a footage or a material, which with what you can say that story what you want. But for that, they always, or often, if you ask editors, often why they are doing that or I don't know what. Often they say that they feel it in the guts. Did you hear that? Yeah. What is the meaning of they feeling it in the guts? How you can define? How you can approach to a definition like that? What you can do with it? Anybody have some ideas? Okay, so for me, I have feelings like that also, but I was thinking that this cannot be enough to define something like that, because this is not I always need a kind of explanation, an explanation between intuition and feelings, and you need a thought. You need to think something about it to can handle this thing, because I think that that editing it's a very conscious work. You build up something very consciously, and then you need to fill it up emotionally also. So I don't. Usually, behind every move, you have thousands of decisions till you will settle with one editing point. And in my case, I always know precisely why I did what I did. So for every take which is in the film, I have an explanation. And then, you need to, you build it up consciously. And then you need to make it and to listen really these guts, this intuitive, what is that, in this intuitive voice of yourself. So that, but first you need to think. You need to build up. It's like many times they say that editing it's like building a house. You need the basis. You need the basis, and after you will, I don't know, make the decoration and make the roof. But first you need the basis, and the basis needs to be always very stable, because otherwise the wind will flow it away. So if you are doing it only from guts, then maybe your structure will be flowed away. And I tried to, so I always have all kind of theories, and when I'm editing, I always try to find something which can help me. I mentioned Sophia Loren. It's not a joke. It's not a joke that I tried to build up this character like Sophia Loren, the hand character, because I remember that De Sica have a film. It's a Moravia, Alberto Moravia novel, and it's very the whole story of that film. It's very similar to our film. It's I think that the English title of this film, it was Two Women. It's very interesting. So I really watched that film, and I really, when I edited and when I added the emotional arcs of my prima donna, who was a hen, I always imagine Sophia Loren instead of the hen. How is her gesture, how her eyelash is. The hand doesn't have an eyelash, but I really saw it in the editing. Or I made it, I constructed that. So you always, it's good if you look for references for yourself, like an editor, how you can put the emotion and how you can construct the basis where you can hold something. Because I use music for that. I always look for references, for visual references or whatever references. But I do this work inside myself till I can really see the situation, the protagonist, the story. So it's a kind of analysis. Yes, you need to analyze the project from outside, from inside, from every little portion of it, and the character as well, because otherwise you cannot build it up like an editor. So it's very, very hard. But you need all this work to do. So I have all kinds of theories, which some of them I would like to share it, but just briefly. So I like the theory of Eisenstein, who is saying that the film is an organism, which has the own life. It's moving, it's breathing. It's moving, and you need to somehow, okay, you build it up, okay, in the editing room, but the good film will start to breathe. So you need to be very, very patient, like an editor, and you need to really observe. You know, I know that it's very esoterical, but the material and the footage has their own rhythm, and it's really telling you, if you are in silence and you are very aware, the material will talk to you. Not the director will talk to you as well, and everybody is talking with you, but the material have his own voice, the own rhythm. You can modify this rhythm, but it's very important to have this connection. So you need a strong connection with the material, because to be an editor, it's not like you are an editor from 9 to 6 and then you are going home. So I don't know if it's good or not, but usually if I have a question which I cannot resolve it, usually my nights, in my dreams, I'm working and I'm trying to resolve a problem for myself, which is in the air or something. So you are living with the material. So it's a very interesting symbiosis between the editor, the footage, the director, and the audience. So you have different levels what you need to fulfill. So you have a story, you have you have your own connection with the material. You have your own connection with the director. The director have his connection with the material. So the whole, it's like a labyrinth. So for that I told you in the beginning that we are co-authors, because every aspect, you need to somehow to make a cohesion, and you need to catalyze, hogy van? Katalizálni. Catalyze all those layers together, and then you really need to work together with the director, and everybody have his own voice, and you need to somehow to create. This is creation, yes. This is creation for the sake of the film, from the sake of the product. It's not a product. I didn't say product, but a piece of art. So I really think that what we are doing, that editors make art, some of the editors, or some of the projects. But I think that this, in my head, okay, and in my Ars Poetica, it's like that. So I took this theory of Eisenstein, még 5 perc van, of Eisenstein. He have, okay, just a minute. Képsejt. The what? The cell. Yes, the picture. If the film is in organism, then the picture is the cell. So the cell, yes, every picture is a cell, and it has place in the organism, and it's a living thing. Every frame of it. So the frame is the cell. The take are the organs, not the take, the scenes. The scenes are the organs. And Eisenstein say that doesn't matter if an organ is very healthy, if it's not integrated in the whole organism, it doesn't have any mi ez? Lényegtelen, vagy mi? It doesn't have any sense. So if the organs, the healthy organs can communicate together and can behave like an organism all together, that it's the good film. Sometimes they are organs, okay, scenes, they say kill your darlings, which are perfect, but they don't integrate in the organism. So it doesn't matter how good is this organ or this scene, you need to get rid of it, because otherwise it will, the whole organism will be not healthy. So I heard that I have 3 minutes. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
So it was an amazing sequence at the beginning, and I wanted to ask, at what point are you involved in making a film? From the very beginning, you talked to the director, or you said you were on set editing this film. So how do you do this? Are you involved in the preparation as well?
Every project is different. If they want me from the very beginning, or from the time of the script writer, it's okay. So sometimes I'm there when they made the storyline in the paper. it's depend on the project, and it's depending on the director. So if there are different ways, so you need to be very rugalmas, very flexible. So sometimes I'm coming in the end and I don't even know the director, and sometimes in this case we are working together since 20 years, so 25 years. So we can say that we grew up together like filmmakers with Palfi. And sometimes you need to put the effort, you know, to know each other and to try to find this kind of trust what you need. You need a lot of trust for each other to can really work in a creative flow. So all this hierarchy, which I really hope that it's the past. You know, I really hope that it's the past. It will somehow go between the creative flow of the work. So, or you really try to think together, and then to inspire and stimulate each other, and it will be a really flourishing work together. Or otherwise, otherwise I will not. So all the important is to have in your mind that editors are creative co-workers and collaborators of the film. So we are not robots, and not. Many directors are still doing it, unfortunately, but it's not a healthy environment for a creative work, and I think that it's always you can always see in a project. I do mentoring as well, and when I need to come in a mentoring process, especially if somebody it's not a debutant, then you can see that this is somewhere it's a problem there, which the creative flow, it's not going well, because you can see in the material that this material could be much more better, but somehow it's not. So this is it need to be some obstacles in the work between the director and the editor, where it cannot bloom, you know, this symbiosis and this creative flow.
Thank you.